All right, this is day 5 of me picking an album from the Rolling Stones Top 100 list that I've never heard before, working out to it, and giving it a review based on that. This is called Muscle Music, a series I'm doing. This is day 5. You know what? I've never listened to this album. Let's do it. All right, we're back from the gym. We did our pull day today, and here's my thoughts on Nevermind the Bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols. So this album is very punk rock. It almost defines the genre in a sense. Came out in 1977. They're straight from the UK. They're very British, and especially in a time of a very prissy and kind of stand-up-y, proper 70s Britain. They caused quite a stir. I did look a little bit into the history of this, and they're not the most well looked upon band, at least during the time. Nowadays, obviously, that album is very popular, but they were banned from a lot of places back in the day, which is not really surprising, but it's pretty interesting. So just in terms of raw energy, the raw output that the band has, it's immense. It's very, very energizing, and especially for a gym environment like I was just in. It helped a lot, especially when I was trying to lift a bit more heavier weights, so that's an extra point for the album. And especially with their track God Save the Queen, which was very constructive. They're offering some criticism of the monarchy, and especially in a time where people were very loyal to that. Was not the best look for the band in the public eye during the time. But it's weird to think about right now, especially when criticizing the government is not the rarest thing in the world. Everyone freaking does it on their tracks now. It's interesting to see the huge backlash that they had at the time, and they were pulled from their record company. They were pulled off of the airwaves, but it didn't stop the records from just selling out like crazy. Even with the closing track, which is called EMI, which is, I believe, the label they were dropped from, they just completely shit on them for like the whole track, calling them a lot of words that I won't repeat here. So their energy output and, their public presence and the impact that it had on punk rock, especially at the time, because this came out in 77, those are all fantastic. Those are all great selling points for the record. I will say it does get a little one note at times, especially when you get later into the album. They kind of repeat the similar sounds that they've done before. They don't have a lot of artistic range in that aspect. So those are kind of the only knocks that I really have. Over a longer period listen, it does get a little repetitive, but with that high amount of energy, it kind of makes up for it. Also, in my limited research, it turns out that the bandmates were not the nicest of people. Go look up the escapades of Sid Vicious and Nancy, whatever her last name was. Obviously, I won't dock points off of that scoring. I'm going to separate the artist from the art, but it's worth noting, I guess. But overall, I think it was definitely a worthwhile listen. My favorite tracks were Holidays in the Sun, Bodies, and God Save the Queen. I also liked Anarchy in the UK, but it wasn't one of my favorites. But I could definitely see why a lot of people like it. Overall, it was a great listen. Definitely a worthwhile listen for someone who wants to change up their sound at the gym or just in general. One of the best, classic punk rock sounds, in my opinion. Scoring-wise, I'm probably going to give it a mid to high 8 out of 10 for me. I think it was just about in that range. Like and follow for more, unless this app gets banned. Goodbye!